Welcome back to the Personal Healthcare Reform Talk Show on Pegasus NetWaves, taking your health to a higher level for the last time in 2014, actually. So you are listening to the last show of the year. With that, we're going to run through hitting the hot list, the health in the news, very, very quickly. And because I got all kinds of this stuff to talk about to wrap up the year. And then I've got an awesome guest coming in to help get 2015 kicked off on the right foot. With that, go check out clintfuqua.com, personalhealthcarereform.com, and coming in January 1st, clintsoffers.com. What is that? It's Clint's Offers. That's offers specifically for you and everybody else out there. Cool, brand new stuff from my health partners that you really, really, really need to take advantage of. Why? Because I'm offering it to you in special offers. So get ready for that one in January. And, of course, my health partners, MedCall Assist, because everybody needs an ER doctor on your phone, especially when it's cold and icy and it's wintertime. If you get stuck out in the middle of nowhere, imagine getting to being airlifted out of there for free if you're injured. Pretty cool service. Kinesi, because, well, Christmas is coming around, and if you've got somebody that's working out, wants to get into working out, maybe they're a runner, maybe they're a cyclist, they lift heavy, whatever, this is the best athletic clothing you will ever buy them. They will love you. They will thank you. Believe me, they're going to be calling you, raving about this stuff. So Kinesi, awesome stuff. And it's all cotton. This way there's no synthetics with it. And also Human, brand new one that came on with me. It's helping unite mankind and nutrition for all the businesses out there. Get ready, because this is going to be a biggie for you. Why? Because you can get free snacks from these guys, and they're healthy snacks for your staff. Really cool service. And, of course, ID Life. If you haven't gone online yet, go online. Take your free health assessment. Do it with your family. Make this a family thing in this Christmas season, holiday season. Get everybody on there. Have them take this health assessment. This way, they start off the new year right. They actually have some direction on what they're going to be doing. It's going to help out tremendously, and you'll be getting the best nutrients you're ever going to take, and it's all custom designed to each one of you. I bet you nobody in your family is going to be taking the same thing. That's pretty cool. Also, they've got an awesome app, $4.99 a month. Takes care of diet and exercise, everything else, all customized specifically to you and your needs. Amazing service from that company, which is why they're one of my health partners. And I'm going to talk about a new one coming up very soon. Speaking of Human and taking care of employees, the Fortune Under 50 program is starting up January 1st. So if you have a company, you've got less than 50 employees, and you don't have a wellness program, contact me so we can get you, your staff, their family, everybody else stays healthy. And what does that do for you? It's going to save you a lot of money as a business owner, save them a lot of money as well. And guess what else? You're going to make a lot of money too, because everybody's going to be a lot more productive. And we're in business to do what? Help a lot of people make a lot of money. Hopefully sell it off for a few $1 million and retire. Always good stuff. And you want to be healthy whenever you retire so you can go enjoy it. And one of the things for the show listeners, this is only for listeners. I'm not putting this out anywhere else. 50% off my health coaching services. So if you want to give a gift of health to somebody, go to clintfuqua.com, check out the health coaching services. 50% off any of those. And that's a show offer from now until Christmas. So you have up until December 25th to take advantage of this offer. So check that out for you and your family. Let's do a quick run through on health in the news right quick. So if you didn't already know this, soda, fries, and sofa equals diabetes. So if you're drinking soda, you're eating fries, you're on the sofa all the time, yes, you will get type 2 and eventually type 1 diabetes. And of course, diet affects everything in your life, quite literally. Cool new thing. Next year, whenever you go to the doctor, they have coding. It's called ICD-9. Next year it switches to ICD-10, and guess who has their own code? Dr. Oz has his own ICD-10 code. So whenever you walk in, you say, I heard this on Dr. Oz. They have a code for that. That's how pervasive he is. So anyway, pretty cool. It's mostly because they hate him, but this way they know what his impact is, and it's pretty big. Counting calories increases losing nutrients. So people, focus on quality. Don't worry about the quantity. If you're eating high-quality foods, or you're going to eat less of them, you're going to have all the nutrients, high amounts of nutrients going in. You will eat less, you'll get thinner, you'll get healthier. Don't over-focus on the calories too much. And speaking of the calorie content, this is a report from the UN stating that we've got about 60 years left of good farming left before the topsoil is completely depleted, unless we start changing how we farm. We start going more organic. So what does that mean for you? Start eating and buying more organic so everybody will start switching over to that. Why? Because it's going to save our soil and save us in future generations. And lastly, to get you moving, 50 Cent. 50 Cent is in the club. Quite literally, he's in the health club, and he's going to be in your ears. Him and Dr. Dre are going to be doing a little East Coast, West Coast battle out for your ears because Dre, of course, has Beats. 50 Cent is now teamed up with Intel, has some brand new headphones coming out that monitors calorie burning, monitors heart rate, monitors all kinds of stuff through your ear. Really cool stuff, really cool headphones. I'm just talking about these because I think it's a really neat, amazing product that he's become a part of, and really good sound quality too. So you might want to check those out. I think they're coming out sometime around the first of the year. But yeah, the East Coast West Coast rap battle is on again, and they're going for the beats in your ears. Should be very interesting with those two going back and forth. So that is the health in the news. One more thing. Sorry, I have to pick on the CDC. They have a big oops that they've got to correct. The flu shot. They start pumping the flu shot every year. Well, guess what they did this year? They picked the wrong strain. There's 3 main strains that they normally pick every year. Okay, they look at what's going on down in South America. They pick whatever the most pervasive flu strain is down there. They pick that and they put that into the flu shot. Well, you have like 100 different strains out there by the time it gets up here to the U.S. So honestly, it doesn't really matter if they pick the wrong one or not. They always pick the wrong one because you got 100 of them to choose from by the time it gets up here and changes. So anyway, they've already put the word out there that, oops, sorry, we picked the wrong one, so the effectiveness is less than 0 now. And so instead of doing the flu shot, get you some vitamin D, 5,000 IU a day. That'll cover you very, very, very well. 2,000 IU a day actually will cover you very well for flus. It's more effective than the flu shot, seriously. And you need it because we have less sun now in the wintertime. And of course, let's talk about next year. What's going to happen? I have a new health partner and actually a new show sponsor coming on called Healthy Home Company. I'm going through some stuff with them. I'm actually going to become one of their toxic-free coaches. So you're going to see and hear me all around the U.S. talking and being one of the main spokespeople for this company. In fact, I'm going to have their CEO on here, first show of the year, to talk about what they're doing and how they're helping to, both in Congress, get a lot of toxins out of the out of the products that you're using right now. Currently, there's over 80,000 chemicals in your products right now that are literally toxifying you and killing you. Okay, and this is about you. This is about your children and your grandchildren. It's a huge, huge issue that really, really gets covered up. So they are coming in. They're doing truly toxic-free products, best stuff on the market. They're actually in conjunction with EWG, Environmental Works Group, is one of their partners in this. So they're taking the best of the best, co-branding with them, and pulling them into their lineup of products. Amazing company, awesome company. I got approached by one of their main key investors and business partners, and so we're going to do some stuff here on the show with them. It's going to be phenomenal. This is something for you, for your family. You're going to see a lot of cool stuff coming about with this. So that is Healthy Home Company that's coming aboard with me, and so yeah, a lot of stuff with that getting into next year. So go check out ClintFuqua.com, personalhealthcarereform.com, and starting January 1st, ClintsOffers.com. Check that one out because I've got special offers from my health partners on the show. We'll be updating that every month with brand new stuff specifically just for you. And with that, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, because you won't hear my beautiful melodious voice until January 1st again. And with that, we'll be right back with my guest for the show. We're going to talk about getting downsized in a good way.
This is Brian Cuban, best-selling author of Shattered Image. You can buy my book on Amazon.com and contact me to speak at your college or university at brian@briancuban.com.
Did you know that your core needs to be stable in order for you to be the best you can be as an athlete? You need to center yourself, stabilize your core. The Lock is the first garment ever designed to be specifically for men and to support the pelvic floor. This allows you to squat, sprint, hurdle, bend, run, and lift with maximum core strength. With the lock, you get total leg freedom, virtually eliminates chafing, train and compete at the highest level ever, stay stronger, recover faster. Use the lock from Canisi Athletic.
All right, we are back. Personal Health Care Reform Talk Show on Pegasus Netwaves, taking your health to a higher level, and we're going to talk about downsizing today. Not to scare you, we're going to talk about some very, very, very good downsizing, because normally it's got a negative connotation, and we're going to turn around and make it a very, very good thing for you. There's a gym chain out there that, of course, I had Larry North on a little bit ago, and you're going to understand the segue here pretty soon. Larry North, phenomenal guy, incredible chain of gyms that he's got. The thing is, everybody that's in there is coming in is already pretty much pretty healthy, okay? And you've got birds of leather flock together, okay? So if you got a lot of really, really fit people in one place, and you got somebody that's really not fit and hasn't been probably almost ever, or they were and then they completely let everything go, they're not going to be comfortable walking into that environment. It's going to be kind of like you have never driven a race car in your life, and then you go to the racetrack and they put you in a race car. You're completely out of place. You have no idea what you're doing, all that stuff. So you kind of got to go through, okay, let's do some basic driving schools, and then a more aggressive driving school, and then more aggressive driving school, and then let's go to race school, okay? That's kind of how that goes. Well, in the fitness industry, we don't have anything like that up till now, and that's why I decided to bring in, I wanted to do this last year and just didn't get to make it happen. There's a gym out there called Downsize Fitness. Phenomenal concept. I love the concept because it's been needed for decades in the fitness industry, and really it's very much needed now, because why? Obesity rates are at right about 33% now. It keeps on climbing. It's starting to level off a little bit, but still, that's 30% of the population or more is obese, heavily obese, and we're talking 100 pounds overweight. And getting somebody in that frame of mind comfortable to come into a gym is very tough. So I have Miss Carrie Eastwood here with me, who's an amazing woman, and she's also the GM of Downsize Fitness here in Dallas. So we're going to talk about Downsize Fitness right quick. And Carrie, thank you for coming on here with me.
Thank you for having me.
Funny enough, we just bumped into each other today at a thing in Addison for health and wellness, and it was just kind of one of those wild universe puts you together type things. So I saw her, I was like, okay, I have to connect. We got to get you on the show now, because now I know who the new GM is, because the last GM left. So let's talk about Downsize Fitness right quick. And if you want to give everybody kind of a rundown of what Downsize Fitness is, what you do there.
Okay. Well, Downsize Fitness is a special facility. It's specifically for folks that have 50 or more pounds to lose. We focus on three things, which is the fitness, nutrition, and support. And we have classes for everything. We also do weight loss coaching, assessments, a lot of accountability stuff, and the community there is phenomenal. So it's a very special place.
Yeah. And I know a lot of the people that work there usually, it comes from somebody comes in there, they're working out, they do very well, and they decide that they want to start helping out, and next thing you know, you've got brand new health coaches and everything coming from people that have been through the process and are part of it.
Definitely. 95% of our trainers, and this is company-wide, have had weight loss stories. All but one of my trainers in Dallas have been a member. All of my trainers have lost at least 50 pounds. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Justine's lost 90 pounds, Honey 50, wow. Mary Lou 90, Brooke 40, 50. I've lost 175 pounds myself, and I started as a member at Downsize. So
yeah,
yes.
No. Yeah, we're going to talk about your story here in a little bit, because you've got a phenomenal, huge story to tell. And a couple things about Downsize. I know the equipment there is specialty equipment. Mm-hmm. So it's most everything is oversized. It's
right.
It's there to support everybody that's doing what they're doing, but it's not the normal small gym equipment that you run into.
Right, exactly. We've got equipment for all levels, all sizes. Some folks don't have really good mobility, right? They have back issues, knee issues, things like that. It's hard to walk. So we have arm bikes, we have seated ellipticals, we have special treadmills that takes that impact off the joint. So yes, we have all that specialized good stuff.
Right, yeah, which is awesome whenever you start seeing all the technological advances that have been put into that, specifically for that segment of the market. And another thing, of course, everybody sees The Biggest Loser. Mm-hmm. They watch the shows and everything else like that, and believe me, people, those are game shows, okay?
Right.
It's a show. It's a game. It's like Survivor. It's like all the rest of them. The only thing they're not doing is voting people off. Well, I guess technically they are kind of voting people off.
They
the
do.
island.
Yeah, they do.
But the issue with that show, and most people don't realize this, is because of the beating that those people take. I mean, they're working out 4, 5, 6 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
They've got nutritionists. They got all that stuff. They've got cardiovascular surgeons sitting just off the side of the screen, sitting there with crash carts just in case. But the incidence of injury on that show is huge. It's almost like a 9% injury rate.
Right.
And you got a lot of the past people on that show coming back and suing the show and the producers because they're having knee surgeries, back surgeries, they're having heart surgeries, all kinds of stuff because of the abuse they took on that show. And I want to let people know that they're not going to be getting that kind of treatment.
Not at all. Not at all. We're about encouraging and motivating. We're a very positive atmosphere. We're all in this together. It's not a competition. We're a community.
Yep. Very good. And so how long has Downsize Fitness been around now?
In Dallas, 2 years. Altogether, with all of our locations, 3 years, but in Dallas, 2 years.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a very, as far as the fitness industry goes, it's brand new, brand spanking new. Because, like I said, very little people know about Downsize Fitness. That's why I wanted to bring you on and get you out there to everybody out there listening. And so everybody out there listening, if you have anybody that's overweight, find Downsize Fitness close to you. If there's not one close to you, call them up and say, hey, we need one in our city. This way they know where to go so they can start growing. Let's talk a little bit about the owner and why he decided to get into that side of the industry.
Well, the owner's name is Francis. Great guy. He's had weight problems all his life as well, and some friends of his were concerned, and he wasn't comfortable going to a regular gym. I mean, he was, I want to say, 360 pounds. And, being that size, it's just not a comfortable place to be. And so his friends were concerned. And so for a present, I think it was for a Christmas or birthday present or something like that, they got him a personal trainer and a chef. And, they helped him along with his journey. And that's where he came up with the idea of Downsize. Why can't there be a place that's comfortable for folks who are overweight to go? That's made for them, where they feel safe, they feel secure, and they can, lose the weight and build that confidence and stuff back up. And that's where Downsize came from.
Yep. Yeah, very, very good. And yeah, I love the name of it because it is, well, like I said, downsize has kind of a bad connotation to it because you hear downsize like, oh God, you just lost your job.
Right.
But no, it's my job. I'm getting rid of weight. I'm downsizing. I'm doing a good thing. I'm taking the excess and getting rid of it.
Exactly.
Which is what happens in downsizing. So I thought that was
right. Exactly.
We're cutting the fat out of my business is what we're doing.
That's right.
So yeah, I thought that was genius as far as the naming goes.
Yeah.
For it. But like I said, your story is phenomenal. So if you want to kind of let everybody know your story and your background, because I know you started off in sports. You played
basketball, volleyball, track, soccer,
so
all that good stuff.
Yeah, so you're a superstar athlete.
Yeah, that's what saved my weight when I was younger, because I was a big kid. I was 12 years old, 260 pounds. And basketball is what started it. I found that I was very athletic and I was tall, because by the time I was in 7th grade, I was 6 feet tall, so that helped.
So the coaches were looking at you like, hey, we need you.
Exactly. And so sports all through junior high school, college is what saved me, right? Because I was running up and down the court and doing all that stuff all day long. But they don't teach you to eat right. They really don't teach you to take care of yourself. You work out for your sport and you train for your sport. And once that sport's over, it's over.
Oh, yeah.
And so once I was done playing ball and, real life hit and I had kids, and then, you're in a job where you're working 12, 15 hours a day and it's nothing but fast food and what's convenient, I put on a lot of weight. I mean, when I played college basketball, I weighed about 230, and at my heaviest, I went to 478 pounds.
Wow.
And I had no clue I was even that size. I just thought I was big and sexy at one point. And I thought I was going to go play basketball again and I'm going to get back in shape. And so I joined an adult league and I went to go play for the first time, and I physically could not run or jump. I just physically couldn't, and I was just mortified. I was so embarrassed. And so then that prompted me to start trying to figure out, okay, well, how much do I weigh? I got on the scale at home and it just said error. And so I ordered one off online, and there's no way I'm over 400 pounds, right? So I ordered that one, and I got it, and it said error. And so then I was like, okay. So then I started searching for a doctor that could weigh me, and I finally found one. And that was another embarrassing experience because they had to add all those weights onto the scale. And when they said 478 pounds, I started crying right there. I was devastated. I had no clue that, I was almost 500 pounds. That number crushed me. And then I went into like this depression mode, and like, there's no way I'm ever going to get this. That's too much weight. I have to lose over 250 pounds. What are you talking about? No, that's just not possible. And finally, I herniated 2 discs in my back because of the weight. My knees started getting bad, got high blood pressure, pre-diabetic, fatty liver, and it was just finally got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I started making little changes with my diet, what I thought was healthier versions, 0 calorie this and low fat that, no sugar here and there, right? But adding more vegetables in and things like that. And, I started trying to join different gyms, and they weren't for me. In fact, one of the big box gyms I joined, and I went to get on their elliptical machine, and it started making noises like it was going to crash underneath me, and they came and asked me to get off of it, that I exceeded the weight limit. And I couldn't fit in their weight machines because my belly or my arms or my legs were too big, and I was just devastated. I just wanted to give up. And, and I did for a while. And trying that stuff, I lost 50 pounds, but then I put it right back on because I just gave up. I couldn't find anything that I could maintain. And, one day on my way to work, I heard about Downsize on the radio. It's when they first opened. They ran a radio ad, and I couldn't get to work fast enough to look it up because I've done that search for a fat person's gym or something like that. I could never find anything.
And there was nothing out there.
No. And so I couldn't look it up fast enough, and I swear I probably submitted that online form 5 or 6 times in the same day because they weren't calling me back fast enough. But, everything that I saw online, it was mostly about the Chicago gym because that was the first one open, and it was just for me. And so I scheduled an appointment that Saturday when I was off of work. I went in, and the first thing I noticed were the chairs, right? They were the big bariatric sturdy chairs with no arms. I didn't have to worry if I was going to break the chair if I sat down. I looked around. It's people like me. Before I could even talk to the general manager, I was sold. It was a wrap. That was for me.
You walked in, you were comfortable. It's like, okay, these are my people.
Yep.
We all relate.
Yep, I was ready to start working out right then and there. Started my classes on Monday because it's all semi-private training, group training. Started my classes on Monday. That first week I started with 1 class a day, and I went every day. And by the second week I was doing 2 classes, and a few weeks later I would just go straight after work. I worked 7 to 4. And I'd be there by 4:30, and I would stay till 8 o'clock every night. And, my body was just getting stronger and stronger. And I listened to nutrition class. I learned about artificial sweeteners. I learned about protein. I learned about carbs. And, just took baby steps and took what I learned and applied it. And, the first 100 pounds went quick. It was 5 or 6 months. My first 100 pounds was gone. And, it was, and I loved it there. And it wasn't just, working out and feeling good. The community, the people. The people, they became like a family. And one day they asked if there was anybody interested in being a trainer. And I said, sure. I used to coach and play basketball. I'd love to train. And my first class that I trained was a dance class called Flirty Girl. And, a year and a half ago, if you would have told me I was going to teach something called Flirty Girl, I would have looked at you crazy. But, it was fun, right? It was us. It was safe. So you can just go in there and make a fool out of yourself and, have a good time and get a good workout. And, Downsize helped me get my certifications, group certification, personal training certification. I got my nutrition certification, and I'd work during the day and train at nights and weekends. And eventually they asked me to come on as one of their general managers, and this has just completely changed my life. I'm now down 175 pounds, and hopefully I'll be under 300 by the end of this month, which is my goal.
Yep,
and
that'll be fantastic.
Hey, it'll be a long time since I've been under 300. But
that's a great way to start the new year off.
Heck yeah. And, it's just exciting. Downsize saved me. It really saved me.
Yep. But, it's amazing story, transformation for yours. Congratulations. And, starting off January 2015 under 300 is going to be
Heck
going to
yeah.
be a
I'm
great
excited.
thing. So, but this way, I wanted to have you talk about that. Of course, Downsize now that y'all are in Dallas, and it's been 2 years now in Dallas. Yeah. Let's talk about any programs that y'all have coming up in January, first part of the year?
Oh yeah, we've got some good stuff that's coming up. We're getting ready to launch this 6-month program. Basically, it's just baby stepping everybody through the process, right? It's going to rotate. Each week is a different focus between fitness, nutrition, and the mental aspect. And everybody's going to get their workbooks, and these workbooks will be used in our coaching sessions and our assessments and whatnot. Make sure everything. This is in addition to our nutrition program and support program. So just baby step focus, right? About just making good, healthy lifestyle changes, doing nothing drastic. And so I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be awesome. And it's just going to be very educational too, especially on the fitness side. Not everybody knows why we do these different exercises, what a hamstring is, what a quadricep is, right? So it's really going to get down to explaining everything in detail, why it's important, why you want to combine strength and cardio, why you want to, go through the whole I'm worth it chant and making yourself a priority, why sleep is important, why you want protein with every meal. It goes through it all. So I'm really excited about launching that. That's going to be fantastic. And then something else that's really exciting is we have a company-wide, it's a 12-month challenge, it's a weight loss challenge, but it's a $50,000 challenge.
Oh, wow.
And so every location will, everybody who participates will get something, right? For every 1% of your weight loss that you lose, you get a $10 credit towards your next year's membership. And so that's awesome. Every location will have a top 3, a $5,000 winner, $1,500 winner, and $500 winner. And then the overall winner gets an additional $15,000.
Yeah. If that doesn't get you moving, nothing will.
I know, right?
Quite literally.
and it's a 12-month contest, so that way, it's not like you're trying to do crazy stuff to get it off quick, right? It's maintainable, it's sustainable. We want you to do it right.
Yeah.
And
it's not the little 30-day program or 9-day program where you do it and then you quit it, and it's a full year. This way it becomes a full lifestyle.
Yes, exactly. So really exciting stuff coming up.
Very good. Great to hear that. And of course, how do they get in touch with you? How do they get in touch with the gym here? And of course, the rest of the gyms around the U.S. How many gyms are there now?
We have 5. We have 1 in Houston, 1 here. We have 2 in Chicago and 1 in Canada.
Okay. So so we need a lot more of you out there.
We're working on that.
So, but specifically for Dallas, because we're here in DFW, how do they get a hold of you?
Well,
and
our phone number there is 469-206-3756, or they can email me at ceastwood@downsizefitness.com, or they can go to our website, which is just www.downsizefitness.com.
Okay. Fantastic. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for sharing your story. And, of course, we look for some big things from Downsize next year. We'll probably have you back on again next year as well, talk about what's going on with y'all, because I love the concept, and it's a very, very, very needed thing. For everybody else out there, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Get ready for 2015, and, of course, go visit clintfuquay.com, personalhealthcarereform.com, and starting January 1st, clintoffers.com. I'll have all kinds of cool stuff on there for you, for the listeners, and everybody else. And, of course, all my health partners, Medcall Assist, Kinesi, Human, ID Life. Seriously, people, go take that free health assessment. It will save your life, quite literally. Fortune Under 50 program starting off January 1st for all the small companies with under 50 employees. And get ready to welcome Healthy Home Company into personal health care reform, because that's going to be a big one for everybody, for you and your family and everybody else.